Ayun, okay. Sent na. Alright, I think medyo marami-rami na yata tayo ngayon. Game na tayo? I'll also record this para just in case may mga hindi hindi makakompleto yung session, we have a copy. Okay. Alright. Alright, so good evening everyone. Okay ba? Nakikita ba ng lahat? Check ko din sa YouTube ano itsura. Okay. Looks good. Okay. So, ayan. So I just like to thank everyone for coming here. It's a wonderful Saturday evening, and yeah, it's nice to be with the trading community again. So, dun sa ating mga PAFTI members na, it's very nice to see you ulit, no? Parang kahapon lang, no? Magkakasama din tayo dun sa live. So, anyway, dun sa ating mga newcomers, welcome po to PAFTI. It's very nice to meet you. And i-introduce ko lang ng konti si PAFTI para may idea tayo. So, PAFTI po is basically a group of traders na, kumbaga, we try to share our knowledge with each other, no? Kumbaga, medyo tulungan tayo. Kasi po, nung nagsisimula naman kami, no, PAFTI started out with just a few traders. Tapos, kumbaga, nag-share lang kami ng kung ano alam namin, no? We try to trade together. And from there, no, kumbaga, nag-grow na yung community natin ng malaking-malaki. No? So, if you check the Facebook group, it's around 16,000 people na. And to be honest, no, yung dun sa Facebook na yun, we tend to filter out no lahat ng mga genuine people. And in addition to that, no, meron tayo nung Discord group dito sa PAFTI. So yun yung mga para dun sa mga active traders na talagang gustong mabilis yung usapan, no. So everybody's welcome to join there, wala namang problema. So yun po si PAFTI, no. Tapos marami tayong mga ginagawa ngayon, no, na activities and services. Ngayon parang for the past year mas ano tayo ngayon, mas marami tayong nagagawa, which is great. We have our daily analysis dun sa Discord, no? So kumbaga si Coach Alex Manabat, gumagawa siya ng daily trade ideas, no? So alam ko every Tuesday yun hanggang Friday. Tapos meron din tayong swing updates na in-upload sa YouTube, no? It's exactly where is it's being streamed right now. Nandun yung ating mga swing updates, no? Yun yung mga trade ideas naman for the week na medyo pang medium term trading. Tapos we have our live sessions as well, no? Every afternoon and evening, 3 p.m. at saka 9 p.m. Tuesday to to Friday. No? Tapos Fridays we have our TP nights. Kahapon sayang wala tayong TP nights kasi yung ating speaker na si Miss Ana, ganda sana ng topic, no? Pero nabakunahan kasi. So, I mean, it's also good for her, to be honest. Pero masama yung pakiramdam kasi AstraZeneca yung sa kanya, yung job niya. So, parang second day niya. So, talaga yung malala yun. So, we'll do that next week naman, continue natin. Tapos, yung raffle din natin for July, that's gonna be next week as well. No? For those who are not familiar, yung mga traders natin dito sa PAFTI, pag nag-trade kasi kayo ng live, no, yun yung pwede kayong mapasok doon sa doon sa raffle natin. So actually lahat na nagte-trade ng live napapasok doon sa raffle natin. And then at the end of the month, we try to raffle kung anong meron, no. So I think this raffle puro cash prizes tayo. Anyway, so yun naman yung ginagawa natin sa PAFTI, no? Anyway, tapos ngayon we have our Zero to Hero course which happens every siguro mga 3 times, 4 times a year at top siguro, no. Ang gagawin natin dito sa Zero to Hero session natin is it's gonna be 3 to 4 sessions depende kung gaano tayo kabilis, no? But I'm seeing probably 4 sessions. Ngayon yung intro natin to Forex and stocks. Tapos, so kung interesado kayo paano kumita sa Forex, paano kumita sa stocks, how do you actually start that, and all the nitty-gritty details you need, no, para maintindihan siya. We'll talk about it today. Tapos yung second session natin will be on Wednesday naman, next week, no? So, kaya ako siya ginawang Wednesday para live yung market, no, gumagalaw. So, hopefully we can we can try to execute some trades or something, no? So, kumbaga at least makita nyo man live na makapag-trade tayo, no? Tapos, the following Saturday, we're gonna talk about macroeconomics, no? More on funda siguro. Titingnan natin kung kakayanan natin, no? Tapos, risk management. And then we'll also plug in yung topic na price action at saka yung mismo strategy na ginagamit natin sa PAFTI. So the strategy that we use doon sa ating live trading sessions, we actually teach here. No? So kumbaga matututunan natin yan. And then once you're done with the Zero to Hero course, saka po papasok yung ating intermediate course with Coach Alex Manabat. So it's not gonna be as formal as our Zero to Hero course now. Kasi ngayon parang talagang lesson type eh. Doon, more on applied. So talagang paano natin i-apply yung natutunan natin dito sa Zero to Hero sa live market, no? So tatry natin iintindihin, no, yung mga analysis na nagawa and try to look for trades based on that. So ang point natin doon is application, hindi siya kasing straightforward nitong ginagawa natin, no? So kumbaga medyo mas free flow yung sessions doon. It's greatly encouraged na magtanong kayo ng mga questions kung meron kayo, no? So yun yung that's the intermediate course. And then after the intermediate course, we'll have the specialization courses, pero isa-isahin natin yun. Kasi ang mga traders po, especially for those who are new or just coming into this, may mga kanya-kanya kasing mga preferences. May mga traders na gusto scalping, ibig sabihin mabilisan ka nagtitrade. May mga traders naman na gusto medyo within the day, no, nagtitrade sila. Merong iba gusto medyo medium term, a couple of days, a couple of weeks yung trades nila. Yung iba naman long term, no, position trading. So yun yung so may mga specialization yan. So we're also gonna roll those out, no? Pero after pa nung intermediate course natin. All right. So yun yung natin. That's basically the game plan. And don't worry, all of those are free. No? So kumbaga wala tayong andun. Wala namang cost yun. As long as you're traders ng PAFTI, you get the full perks of that. Okay? So basically yun po si PAFTI, no, for those who are new. All right. Now, let me also introduce myself para medyo kilala nyo naman ako ng konti. No? My name is Jonathan and I've been trading in the market ng siguro mahigit 1 dekada na rin. Matagal-tagal na po. And to be honest, nung nagsimula ako, napakahirap po kasi baga wala sa totoo lang, na-hype lang ako nung nagsimula ako mag-trade. I'm sure that, a lot of you here, no, yung mga nagtitrade na, ganun din nagsimula, no? Maybe you saw an ad, maybe you saw something that made you think na magiging milyonaryo ka with your $100. No? So, yun yung nangyari kasi sa akin. So, I tried trading, no, and it was very difficult. Ang dami kong talo, marami ako nasunog na accounts, no, especially at the start. So, yun, no, it was very, very difficult, no. And basically, ang gusto ko gawin ngayon is to bridge the gap. Okay? Kung ano man yung mga natutunan ko through those difficult times, sana ma-impart ko sa inyo so that you get to avoid a lot of them. You won't be able to avoid all of them, but I'm sure that a good chunk of them maiwasan natin with what we're doing now. No? So it took me around 3 years to be profitable in trading. Ang kailangan kasi is that we need to develop our skill to be consistently profitable. Kasi sa trading naman, kahit sa totoo lang, unang araw mo pa lang, pwede ka na maging profitable eh. Pero ang importante is to hone our skill to become consistently profitable. Kasi kahit malaki yung pera mo or maliit yung pera mo, kung consistent kang profitable, madaling palakihin yan. No? Pero kung hindi ka consistently profitable, medyo tsambahan, yun ang, medyo mahirap yun. Okay? So that's what we need to work on. So try not to think about the amount that you're going to earn in the market at the start. No? Syempre later on, kailangan natin isipin yan. Pero at the start, hindi muna. No? Ang importante is to develop your skill. And while we're developing our skill, it's normal talaga na magkakaroon tayo ng mga losses, mahirapan tayo sa simula. So don't expect a lot of profits at the start. But when you do get to that consistency na level, that's when it really rolls in. Okay. So sana maybe in a couple of months, no, or less than a year, yung maging consistently profitable na tayo, and kahit yung mga simple bills that you can pay for, kaya na, no, and then eventually you transition into a full-time trader. So yun yung ano natin, yun ang gusto nating goal. All right, okay ba yun? Is that okay with everyone? All right, so at any point in time kung may mga tanong kayo, just go ahead, and ano lang, no? I'll try to answer as best as I can. Okay, may question tayo dito. Ano po yung link sa Discord? Okay. Yung link natin sa Discord, to join our Discord group, what you have to do is di ba may account na kayo under PAFT, di ba? So, di ba, the prerequisite to join our Zoom webinar is to open an account with one of PAFT's preferred brokers, no? So, once you've opened that, no? Kindly fund it, no? Kahit anong amount. We recommend siguro mga $100 kasi anything less than that parang ang hirap mag-trade. And then after you fund it, just message us, tapos i-send namin yung invite for the Discord group. Okay? So yun po siya. Okay? All right. So anyway, moving forward. Yan. Mamaya na yung stocks. Unahin muna natin yung Forex, and then later we'll talk about stocks and CFDs. No? Kasi maiksi lang yun. Once you understand Forex, madali nang intindihin yung stocks. Okay. So, okay, let's start, no? Ano ba yung Forex trading na yan? I'm sure that a lot of us here are wondering, no? Kumbaga, ano ba yung Forex trading na yan? How do you profit from that, no? Saan nanggagaling yung pera? Scam ba yan, no? Paano ko malalaman kung legit? So, ano ba yung concept talaga ng Forex trading? I'm sure that, at the start, it sounds very intimidating. Kumbaga, maisip mo na parang kailangan ko yata ng finance degree or an economics degree just to be able to understand what forex trading is. Well, to be honest, forex trading is very simple, no? It is whenever you exchange money for a different currency. Ibig sabihin nagpapalit ka ng pera, no? So sabihin natin meron kang US dollar, no? Pinadala ng loved one mo, I don't know, your sister, your ninang, your mother, your boyfriend, girlfriend, asawa, whoever, anak mo, no, pinadalan ka ng $200, sabihin natin. So you now have $200 with you. Tapos, syempre, maisip natin, sige, paano ko ba gagawin dito sa Pilipinas? So you go to a money changer or a bank, and then you exchange it for that currency. No? So, kumbaga, pinapalit mo into Philippine peso. So ngayon, pwede mo nagastusin yung Philippine peso. Now, by doing that action from, exchanging US dollars into Philippine peso, that is forex trading already. Yun na siya. No, that's what forex trading is. It's not some secret concept. It's not some secret system. It's just simply exchanging money for a different currency. And I'm sure that majority of you guys, nagawa nyo na yun. No? Nagpapalit na kayo ng pera, or at least may sinamahan kayong magpapalit ng pera. And, or you go abroad, sabihin natin, you go out for a holiday, sabihin natin, with your family, or you go abroad for work. No, I'm sure that meron tayo dito mga OFW or mga medyo abroad-based yung kita. Yun, no? So whenever you do that, that's forex trading. So it's hindi siya komplikado. No? Don't make it any more complicated than what it is. So the real question siguro is that paano natin malalaman kung saan nagagaling yung pera, no? Kasi coach, okay, kung ganun pala yung ibig sabihin natin ng forex trading, nagawa ko na yun. No, I was able to go to a money changer or to a bank, and I was able to exchange money there. So, paano yung, saan nanggaling yung pera? Kasi minsan, pangit yung exchange rate, talo pa ako. No? So, pangit pa yung palitan. So, money actually comes from buying low and selling high. No? So, napakasimple lang niya. Let's have a more concrete example. Sabihin natin back in 2016, yung value ng dollar natin is around 45 pesos, no, per dollar. Tapos, let's say you decided to go to a bank. Sabi mo, sige, bibili nga ako ng $100. So, sabi mo sa bangko, pabili ako $100. Sabi ng bank, sige, ang rate natin ngayon ay 45. So, you give them 4,500 pesos, and in return, you receive $100. No? So, yan yung ating yan yung palitan. No? So take note na kapag nagtitrade kayo, actually whenever you trade anything no, in the financial markets, you're always buying something and you're selling the other. So in this example, ang ginawa natin was that we bought the dollar and then we sold the Philippine peso. Tandaan nyo yan, pag nagtitrade kayo, you are buying and selling at the same time. So ngayon, meron ka ng $100 sa bulsa mo. Okay? So when you have $100 in your pocket, sabihin natin na fast forward to today, magkano yung huling rate na nakita nyo sa dollar? Meron bang medyo updated? Parang yung huling kita ko was around 50.2, 50.8. Parang nasa mga ganun yata eh. Meron ba dito? 49. Ayan. Hello. Mic test, mic test. Wala. Ayan, mic test, mic test.
Okay na, coach.
Okay na, wait lang. Ayusin ko lang yun. Wait lang. Ayan. Ayan, mic test, mic test. Mic test. Speaker, Logitech. Okay na?
Better na,
All good,
coach.
sir.
Better. Okay. Thank you. Bumitaw. Nasipa ko yata. Okay. Anyway, going back. Thank you. So, nagkakayaan magsabi kanina. Okay, thank you. Anyway, so, ayan. Going back to our trend of thought, no? So, kunwari, 50 pesos na yung natin, rate natin. So, you went back to the bank, no? Sabihin natin, wala, kailangan mo ng funds eh. So, sabihin natin, itong $100 ko na nasa bulsa ko, after 4 years, 5 years na, after 5 years, pinapalit natin back into Philippine peso. In return, we will now receive 5,000 pesos. So, kumita tayo ng 500. And that's where the profit comes from. No? It's whenever you buy low and sell high. Kung nabili natin yung dollar ng mababa at the rate of 45 at naibenta natin ng rate ng 50, syempre, kikita tayo doon. So, doon galing yung pera. No? So, there's a lot of potential in the market to profit. Bakit? Kasi ang dami nating pwedeng i-trade na currencies eh. Hindi lang naman, actually, hindi natin mat-trade ang dollar at Philippine peso. We'll be able to trade other currencies like the euro, the yen, the pound, Swiss francs, etc. So marami tayong ibang pwedeng i-trade. And if we can identify which of those will appreciate in the near future, pwede nating bilhin. Tapos pag umakyat nga, pwede natin ibenta. And that's basically where we earn. So even though it gives you a lot of potential to profit, meron din tayong risk sa market, no? So obviously, if we're able to buy the dollar at the rate of 45, pero hindi siya umakyat, paano pag bumagsak, no? If it goes down to let's say 42, tapos pinapalit natin at the rate of 42, then we lose 300 pesos, no? Kasi 4,200 na lang ang may ibalik sa atin. So may risk din siya. And that's the reason why we need to put in a lot of effort doon sa paano natin babasahin yung market, no? How do we actually know where it's going? So actually 95% of your time will actually be dedicated towards that. So yun din yung risk, no? And that's the reason why whenever someone comes up to you and offers you, uy, I'm a forex trader, ako magti-trade para sa iyo, you invest in me and I will give you guaranteed returns. Medyo doubtful na kasi we can make forecasts, no? Oo, pwedeng umakyat yung dollar dito, pwedeng bumaba yung euro dito, no? We can take positions early on. Pero we cannot guarantee kung talagang tama yung analysis natin or hindi, no? We do have like good chance of getting it like 60, 70% chance na tama tayo, but there's that, chance na mali din tayo. So nobody can ever give you guaranteed results. So red flags kagad yun, no? So, take note of that whenever you encounter that, lalo yung mga loved ones nyo, no, relay the message to them. Kapag nagbibigay ng guaranteed returns, lalo yung mga nagbibigay ng post-dated checks, kalokohan yun, no? Kumbaga, walang ganun sa forex, no? Yung iba, siguro, they give some guaranteed returns, but the trader is already risking it, no? Kumbaga, bayad yung trader kapag mali siya. Parang ganun yung ibang usapan. Pero I would say 99.9% of the time, that would probably be a scam. Okay, so ingat kayo doon. Alright, so anyway, also yung may mga ibang platforms na for example, sasabihin nila, sige mag-deposit kayo dito sa ano na to, sa platform namin, tapos kikita ka ng ganito, tapos papakita nila na parang may profits ka na talaga, no? Sabihin natin, nagpasok ka ng, ito recent lang, may lumapit kasi sa akin eh. Nagpasok siya ng 500,000 pesos. Tapos, after 1 month, naging 10 million na kagad yung pera niya, no? Pinasok niya lang doon sa platform niya. So, una pala, sketchy na kagad eh. So, sabi before, sige, gusto na daw niya mag-withdraw. So before daw siya mag-withdraw, kailangan mag-send daw muna siya ng worth 1 million pesos for taxes, no, dahil daw doon sa sa regulatory body taxes. No? Walang ganoon, kalokohan 'yun. So muntik na siya mag-send pa ng additional 1 million, no. Eh sa totoo lang, wala na siya talaga makukuha no doon sa 10 million na 'yun. Masakit man isipin, pero that's that's how nasty it can get. So kumbaga, ingatan niyo na yung mga sarili niyo. Anyway, I'm not trying to spook you or anything. I'm just giving you a heads up kasi yan yung mga madalas na kapag hindi masyadong familiar sa FX or sa trading in general, nadadali sa ganyan. So, doon tayo sa talagang tunay. No? Anyway, so, any questions so far? Okay pa tayo? Malinaw naman. No? Okay. So, ano naman yung kagandahan ng FX market compared to the other markets? No? Ang kagandahan po ng FX market is that it's very liquid. No? Yung trading volume niyan is around $5 trillion a day. So, 'di ba, yung ibang maisip, "Oh, coach, okay yun ah." Ibig sabihin ba nun, kikita ako agad ng ng ganyang kalaki din, no? Hindi ho. Ang ano lang yan, ang ibig sabihin lang yan is that that's how much money is coming in and out of the market. And because of that, laging mabilis yung transaction. So if you want to buy, there will always be someone selling. If you want to sell, there will always be someone buying, no? So yan yung ating liquidity sa market. So in a snap of a finger, you'll be able to execute your trade. Kunwari, gusto mo mag-trade ng Euro USD, no? Pag-click mo, pasok agad yung trade mo basta bukas yung market. If you make profit, on top of that, sabihin natin, kumita ka ng $50, gusto mo isara na ngayon na, no? You just click that close button and then automatically, kuha mo na kagad yung profit mo. So it's very quick. Unlike other markets, no, yung sa stocks, hindi siya ganun ka-liquid. No? May mga times, ganyan siya kabilis. But there are also times wherein you want to buy stocks or you want to sell stocks, but hindi mo ma-execute ng gano'ng kabilis yung trade, no? Kumbaga walang kumukuha ng presyong 'yon. So you may have to wait for a different price before your trade gets executed. So yun yung hassle doon sa other markets, no? Kasi hindi gano'ng kalaki yung trading volume. Especially, if you try to compare it with the real estate market, no? Real estate market uh, is a great market, no, to invest in, pero syempre, kunwari bumili kang lupa, umakyat na siya in value, gusto mo ibenta, hindi mo siya mabebenta in a snap of a finger at the current market price. Hindi mahirap gawin 'yon, no? You'll need to wait for a buyer, etc., etc. So yun yung ibig sabihin ko ng liquidity, no? Now, kailan ba bukas ang forex market, no? One of the advantages as well is that it's open 24 hours a day during weekdays. So kung gusto mo mag-trade, kunwari it's 2 a.m. in the morning, no? Gusto mo mag-trade ng Japanese yen, gusto mo mag-trade ng US dollar, no, ng alas 6 ng umaga. Pwede 'yun, walang problema, no? Kasi basta weekdays, pwede ka mag-trade 24 hours. It starts around 6 a.m. in the morning, 5 or 6 a.m. depende sa daylight saving time. Mga ganong oras. So, sabihin natin 6. So, it starts around 6 a.m. ng Monday and then it extends up until mga 4 a.m. ng Saturday ng madaling araw. So, 24 hours yun, tuloy-tuloy. So, any point in time within that period, you can open and close trades. So, ang ibig sabihin ko ng open and close trades is you make a position, ganun, bibili ka Euro USD or whatever, no? Tapos, once the trade is opened, it can make profits, it can make losses. Tapos, pwede mo isara yung trade, no? Kung ano yung current profits or losses will be reflected on your balance. Okay. So, going back, no, yung time naman is divided into several sessions. So, gawin na lang natin 3 sessions para mas simple. You have the Asian session in the morning, you have the European session in the afternoon, and then you have the US session in the evening. Now, the Asian session starts early morning, no? Magang-umaga yan, 5 ng umaga, no? Depende kung kailan nagsara yung US session, no? Pero umagang-umaga yan, mga 5 a.m. simula na yan, 4 a.m. simula na yan. Tapos, it extends up until around 2 o'clock ng hapon. No? Ganun, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock ng hapon. Tapos, pagdating ng alas 3 ng hapon, magbubukas na po yung European market. Tapos, European market, it extends until siguro mga 12 midnight sa atin. 11, 12, nasa mga ganong oras. Tapos, in between that, mga 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., magbubukas yung US market. So, magsa-start yan. Tapos, extends all the way up until mga 4 or 5 a.m. just in time for the Asian market to start again. So, yan ang ano natin. Yun yung trading sessions natin. Now, I usually get this question, Coach, kailan yung best time to trade? If you're doing intraday trading, I do recommend nasa European session. Kasi yan po talaga yung magalaw. Majority of the trade volume is not actually in the New York session. It's actually in the London session. So, kumbaga, European session ang pinakamagalaw talaga. So, being here in the Philippines, it's actually very advantageous na nandito tayo. Bakit? Ang daling mag-trade ng oras, walang puyatan. Kasi majority of the movement comes in the afternoon, which, it's very easy to access. Alas 3, alas 4 na hapon, madaling tumapat sa charts. Tapos pagdating ng gabi, may volatility ka pa rin mararamdaman in the early stages of the US session. Mga 8, 9 hanggang 12, may galaw pa yung market niyan. Pero pag lumagpas na ng alas 12, kung wala namang balita or anything, normally patay na yung market, wala ka na masyadong movement na nakukuha. Kaya talagang London session yung pinakamagalaw, no? So kumbaga medyo late ka lang matulog, no? Minsan nga hindi ko na talaga hinihintay matapos pa yung session, mga alas 11 ng gabi, no? If I have some open trades, nagsasara na ako ng ganyang oras. So tapos na, no? You're already done kung intraday trading lang yung ginagawa mo. So actually maganda sa Pilipinas mag-trade. Yan. So yun ang ating trading sessions, no? So take note na you can trade any currency you like kahit anong oras basta bukas yung market. Okay. So, moving forward, no? So, yun yung concept ng forex trading. Ano naman tong forex market, no? So, forex market, we talked about the liquidity of the market. We talked about the kung kailan yung time na pwede ka mag-trade. So, ano ba talaga yung market na yan, no? The forex market is a decentralized market. No? It's a market where currencies are being exchanged. And what I mean about being decentralized is that you can make trades anywhere. So, kumbaga, pwede ka pumunta sa money changer, pwede ka pumunta sa bangko at magpapalit ng pera. Pwede ka pumunta sa kabarkada mo at magpapalit ng pera, no? And that's okay, walang problema doon, no? Walang singular entity that monitors all the trades that are actually going down. So, yung kumaga decentralized yung trading. Now, if you compare that to a centralized market, for example, yung stocks, no? Stocks is an exchange traded market. Kumbaga naka-register talaga, no? Kung kanino yung stock na to, kanino to pumunta. So there's a formal exchange that facilitates and monitors everything that is being traded, no? So kaya naman hindi ka pwedeng may stock certificate ibigay mo sa barkada mo. Oh, sa'yo na to, pre. No, hindi pwede yun. No? So it has to go through a formal exchange para maibigay mo sa kanya yon, no? So, yun yung one of the differences of the forex market no compared dun sa mga exchange traded na market. Now, take note, whenever you trade, they are always traded in pairs, no? Kanwari, yung sample natin kanina, we traded the dollar against the Philippine peso. So, bakit dalawa yung currencies na involved? Kasi palitan no? So, you're buying one currency and you're selling the other. That's why two of them are involved. Kaya nung sa transaction natin kanina, we bought the dollar and sold the Philippine peso. Kaya tayo nagkaroon ng $100 sa bulsa. Tapos, nung umakyat na yung value ng dollar, binenta natin yung dollar ngayon. And in return, we received Philippine peso. Kaya binili natin yung peso, binenta naman natin yung dollar sa ganong trade. No? So, that's why they're always traded in pairs. You're buying one and you're selling the other. Okay? Now, kung mapapansin nyo, yung value nung exchange rate natin, laging nagbabago. No? For example, tingin ka sa market ngayon, 49.8. No? Sabihin natin, yun yung current rate. Ibig sabihin, 49 pesos and 80 centavos per dollar. And then you come back next week, magiging 50.3. Ibig sabihin, 50 pesos and 30 centavos na siya per dollar. Tapos balik ka ng kinahapunan, baka magbago pa ulit yung rate. So, bakit ganun, no? If you notice, the rates always change doon sa banks, no? Sa totoo lang, yung pagbago ng rate na yan, mas mabilis yan, no? Kasi sa bangko, every afternoon na sila nag-update, morning and afternoon lang, no? Pero if you actually check the live market, it moves, no? Kumbaga, gumagalaw siya talaga live, umakit yung presyo, bumaba. Bakit ganun? No? Why do the exchange rates change all the time? Well, it depends on mainly doon sa value ng mga currencies nila, doon sa supply and demand ng mga currencies. No? So, I'd like to compare it to the stock market para mas simple natin maintindihan muna. Now, the let's say, kung anong mangyari doon sa isang bansa, most likely, magre-reflect yon sa value ng currency nila. Ulitin ko whatever happens to a country, most of the time, it will reflect on the value of their currency. Okay? So, let's have an example para mas madaling maintindihan. Sabihin natin something good happens to the US. Let's say that their GDP or gross domestic product, that is the measurement of local growth sa economy nila. So, kung may magandang nangyari dun sa economy nila, no, dun sa local growth nila, sabihin natin yung expectations nila is 1% GDP. Pagdating ng actual report, naging 1.25%. So, if you think about it, hey, is that good or is that bad for the US? No? Probably that's good kasi, di ba, tumaas nga yung local growth nila. So, higher than what they expected. So, probably, tataas yung value ng US dollar because of that. No? There will probably be more demand for the US dollar. Now, let's say that the exchange rate before that happened was 50. Ibig sabihin, for every $1, kailangan mo ng 50 pesos. Okay? Kung lumakas yung value ng dollar, anong mangyayari sa exchange rate? The exchange rate will probably go up. Bakit? Kasi dati, it takes 50 pesos to buy $1. Dahil dun sa magandang balita, dun sa dollar, tumaas yung value ng dollar. So now, it will take more pesos for you to buy $1. So, tataas yung exchange rate, no? From 50, pwedeng tumaas, 51, 52, 53 pesos per $1 kasi nagmahal yung dollar. No? Now, if something bad happens to the US dollar, sabihin natin, tumaas yung kanilang unemployment rate. Mas maraming nawalan ng trabaho. So, because of that, no, probably that's bad for the US economy, pwedeng bumagsak yung value ng dollar. No? So, if it does go down, it will take less pesos to buy $1. So, babagsak yung rate. From 50, magiging 49, 48, 47. Kasi mas konting piso na ang kailangan mo para makabili ng $1. Now, if you look at it from the peso side of things, ganun din. Let's say may magandang nangyari sa peso. So, magtataas yung value ng peso. No? It will take less pesos to buy $1. The exchange rate will go down. Magiging 49, 48, 47 kasi mas konting piso na ang kailangan mo para bumili ng $1 because the peso strengthened. On the other side of things, kung humina naman si peso, it will take more pesos to buy $1, which is what's actually happening for the past few months. No? Kung papansin mo, 50 na yung rate natin coming from 47? As mga ganun, di ba? 48, 47. So, bumaba yung value ng peso relative to the dollar. So, it takes more pesos to buy $1. So, ganun po kung paano naapektuhan yung exchange rates natin. Okay? So, it would be a very good idea to take note. Ano ba nangyayari doon sa economy ng bansang yon para mas maintindihan natin saan kaya pupunta yung value niya, no? Will it go up or will it go down? So, yun yung ano natin dyan. Okay? Clear? Malinaw ba? Mas malinaw na ba exchange rates ngayon? So again, I mentioned something about supply and demand kanina, di ba? So supply and demand, no? So mainly yung mga balita na nakita natin was more on demand-based, no? Kasi kunwari, mas maganda yung local growth nila, edi higher demand. Kapag pangit unemployment nila, no? Lower demand, no? So pwede rin itakil yan from the supply side of things, For example, yung central banks, no? Yung central banks, ang trabaho niyan is to regulate yung pera, di ba? So sabihin natin they want to push the price down nung value, no, masyadong mataas yung value ng pera nila. Ang gagawin nila is dadagdagan nila yung supply. So they're gonna print more money. Okay? So print, maraming paraan pag-print ng pera. So we'll talk more about that sa fundamental analysis part natin. Okay? So they can increase the supply and that would push the value of their currency down. Or for example, kapag gusto nilang pataasin yung rate ng pera nila, no, yung value ng pera nila, then they can decrease yung pag-print ng pera, no? They're going to decrease yung money supply. Another way is to raise interest rates. We'll also talk about that next time, no? So pag na-limit yung supply ng pera, syempre, lower supply, ibig sabihin, pwedeng tumaas yung value. Okay? So, yun yung how currencies and kumbaga, how prices are relative to their peers kapag sa exchange rates natin. Okay? Okay ba? Malinaw, malinaw. Kaya pa? Dalawa lang yan eh kapag ano. Dalawa lang yan kapag wala masyado nagsasalita eh. Kapag wala nagko-comment. Either gets ng lahat or take two. Okay ah. So, kaya pa. Anyway, moving forward. So, ito naman po yung ano natin, no, yung concept of buying and selling natin. Kung mapapansin niyo po, ang dami nating na-discuss kanina, no? We talked about the economy, we talked about GDP, etc., etc. Ang dami natin na pag-usapan. Coach, kailangan ko ba malaman lahat yun para makapag-trade? Honestly, para sa akin, malaking bagay siya. No? It will really help you a lot and we're also gonna cover that in our course. But at the end of the day, dalawa lang din naman ang pwedeng puntahan ng presyo. It can go up or it can go down. So, ang gusto lang natin gawin, no, the golden rule is to buy the currency that you think will go up and sell the currency that you think will go down. Okay? So, buy the currency that you think will go up and sell the currency that you think will go down. So, kung sa tingin mo tataas yung value nung currency na yun yung bibili natin. No? Sabihin natin, tumaas si US dollar, yun yung bibili natin. Kung sa tingin mo babagsak si euro, yun yung ibebenta natin. Okay? So, we try to pair up currencies that are strong against the weak ones. Okay? Yun yung one of our main goals. No? We don't pair up strong versus strong kasi masakit sa ulo yun. Okay? We don't know which is gonna come out stronger. Okay? So, yun po. No? Take note that in Forex, we actually have two positions that you can take. You can take a long position or a short position. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ang long position is basically you're going to buy the exchange rate, no? You're going to buy the pair. And kapag tumaas siya, kikita ka, no? If it goes down, talo. So, yun yung ginawa natin kanina sa US dollar against the Philippine peso. And what's interesting is that you can also go short. Ang ibig sabihin ng short is kikita ka kapag pabagsak yung market. So, you can actually bet that the market is going down and that's going short. Okay? So, if it does go down, kikita ka. No? Pero pag umakyat, talo ka. So, later, we'll talk a little bit more about that. So, just take note na dalawa yung position that you can take in the market. You can go long or you can go short. Okay? Alright. So, tandaan lang po natin ang golden rule. Yung currency na gusto nating bilhin is, the currencies that is gonna go up and sell the currency that we think will go down. Okay. So, marami kasing nako-confuse, especially yung mga nagtitrade ng stocks that are transitioning into Forex. Kasi isa sa mga tactics sa stocks is to buy more as the price is going lower. No? So, kumbaga, sa stocks okay lang yun eh. Pwede yun kasi wala kang leverage. Pero pag ginawa mo sa Forex yun, yari tayo. Kasi may leverage tayo. You're trading more than what you actually have in your account. So, the losses can actually exceed your account. So, yun yung sa Forex eh. So, mamaya pag-usapan din natin yung leverage na yan. Okay? So, hindi natin pwede gawin yung tactic na yun. Ang gusto natin gawin, isabayan lang natin yung galaw ng market. Okay? Alright. So, moving forward. Okay, wait lang May tanong lang dito. Sir, pwede bang sabay na mag-long and short position ka at the same time to capitalize the movement in any direction? Yes, you can. No, pwede po. Pero tandaan nyo na ang tawag kasi doon naka-hedge yung position mo eh. You have a buy position and then you have a short position. Now, remember that if the market is going to go up, kumikita yung buy position mo pero natatalo yung sell position mo. So, kumbaga parang walang pinupuntahan yung account mo. Yun yung nangyayari pag ganun. Tapos, what happens sometimes is that initially, di ba, sabi mo, sige, susulitin ko tong paakit na posisyon, no? Tapos, kapag kumita na ako, i-release ko na tong buy position ko para pag nag-retrace pababa, mababawasan yung talo ng short position ko, then I exit out at profit. The problem there is, hindi natin alam, kunwari, umakyat siya, kumita ka na, no? Dapat mo na bang i-release to ngayon or hindi pa? Kasi baka mamaya, pag ni-release mo to, yung buy position mo, lalo pang umakyat yung market, then you actually get more losses from your sell position. So that's the hard part, no? So I don't recommend hedging for new traders. Kasi personally, kahit ako hindi ako nag-hedge eh. There are some strategies that work ng gumagamit ng hedge, pero mahirap siya. Okay. Alright. So anyway, thank you for that question. So, moving forward, no? let me introduce you to the major currencies. Ito po yung ating major currencies and there's 8 of them. Majority ito yung itatakil natin talaga. No? Yan yung mga iti-trade natin. We will rarely trade exotic pairs. No? Mamaya, pag-usapan natin kung ano yun. Pero mainly ito yung mga ma-encounter natin. So you have 8 of them. You have the dollar, the euro, the yen, the pound, the Swiss francs, Canadian, Australian, and the New Zealand dollar. Tapos, kung mapapansin nyo yung symbols, ano lang, trivia lang, 3 letters siya based. So, yung first 2 letters, normally, no, hindi lagi, hindi always, pero usually, they represent the country. And then the last letter represents the name of the currency. So, for example, USD, United States Dollar. Diba? Euro, it doesn't apply kasi, kumbaga, isang buong area sila. JPY, Japanese Yen, GBP, Great Britain Pound, CHF is Swiss francs. Kasi dati ang pangalan ng Switzerland is Confederation of Helvetica. So kaya siya CHF. Okay? And then you have Canadian, Australian, and the New Zealand dollar. So kung hindi kayo masyadong familiar kung ano yung currency na yan, try to dissect it that way, baka mas may sense. Okay? All right. So since they come in pairs, di ba? Pag may exchange rate ka, dalawa yung currencies na involved. Since they come in pairs, you have the major pairs. Majority ito yung iti-trade natin. You have the euro against the dollar, dollar against the yen, pound against the dollar. Kung mapapansin mo, lahat sila may US dollar. So it's actually your 7 major currencies against the US dollar. So yan ang ating major pairs. Okay? Kung mapapansin nyo yung dollar, minsan nasa kanan, minsan nasa kaliwa. Kung ano yung positioning nila dyan, nakalock yan dyan so you can't really change it. You can't interchange it. So for example, euro dollar will be locked as euro dollar. Hindi mo siya pwede gawing dollar euro kasi magulo yun. Okay? Mamaya, it would make sense why. Okay? Now, Coach, what if I don't want to trade the US? Sabihin natin, hindi ko alam kung anong mangyayari sa US dollar ngayon. But, based sa analysis natin, sa tingin ko malakas ang euro and I want to buy that. And the British pound is weak. I want to sell the British pound. Pwede ba yun? No? Can I trade that even though my account is in US dollars? Pwede ho. So, yung cross pairs ang tawag doon. And kung yung account nyo is in US dollars, don't worry, the broker will take care of all the conversions and everything. At the end of the day, your profits and losses will be expressed as US dollars. No? Kung yung account mo yung pera mo sa account mo is US dollars. So, don't worry about that. But you can take advantage of trading other currencies against each other nang wala yung US dollar. So, kahit i-buy mo yan, i-sell mo yan, don't worry, you can execute that trade even though dollars yung pera mo. Kasi iba nag-iisip Coach, paano ko bibilin paano ko isi-sell yung GBP? No, kung wala naman akong GBP. So don't worry, hindi mo kailangan ng GBP for you to sell it, no. US dollar lang okay ka na. Si broker na bahala mag-convert ng lahat ng 'yan, okay? So, yung cross pairs natin, we will also be trading a lot of them, especially if you join yung ating mga live trading sessions. Kung mapapansin nyo, sila Coach Alex M, we try as much as possible to pair strong currencies against weak currencies. So, we analyze the major currencies. Titignan natin kung sino malakas, sino mahina. Yun yung ipapares natin. Saka tayo maghahanap ng trade sa chart doon. Yun yung normally na ginagawa natin. Okay? Now, Coach, what about other currencies? No? Pwede ko ba i-trade yan? Pwede naman. Depende kung anong ino-offer ng broker mo. Okay? So, sa mga brokers naman natin na partnered with PAFTI, marami namang ino-offer. So, don't worry about that. You have a lot of choices. So, ang tawag dun sa mga currencies outside of those 8 major currencies are called exotic currencies. And any pair with them is called an exotic pair. Okay? So, pwede nyo i-trade yan. Medyo nakakatakot lang no sa simula kasi malaki yung spread niyan. Hindi natin masyado maintindihan gaano kalaki yung pip value. So, mamaya tuturo ko din paano hanapin yung mga yun. Okay? So, try to go for the majors if you're just starting out. Okay? Okay. And remember dito sa PAFTI, we are trading different types of instruments, hindi lang naman forex. Mainly forex kasi yun yung pinaka-available sa atin, but we also do trade stocks and CFDs, no, yung mga commodities, gold, mga ganyan, agricultural commodities, energies, yan tinitrade din natin yan. Okay. So, kaya pa ba? Okay pa tayo? Can we move forward? Dito tayo sa forex quotes and basically I'm going to show you the math of the prices. Kaya pa. Alright, laban pa. So, mamaya tayo konti mag-break Mukhang kaya pa natin Okay. So, moving forward, no? Ito po yung paano basahin yung ating forex quote, no? Or basically yung ating exchange rate. So, yung ating exchange rate, it is expressed this way. For example, euro/USD is equal to 1.1500. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Ang ibig sabihin lang po niyan is 1 euro is equal to $1.15. That's the exchange rate. No? 1 euro is equal to $1.15. So, makikita nyo po dito na yung nasa left side, yung euro natin, yan ang ating tinatawag na base currency. No? Ang value niyan ay laging 1. So, wag po kayo makonfuse. Yung nasa kaliwa, yan yung base currency. Laging value niyan ay 1. Tapos, yung nasa kanan, no, for example, in this case, the dollar, that's called our quote currency. And yun yung value niya kung ano yung nakasulat sa right side. So, 1.1500. Okay, that's its value. Okay. So, yan po yung ating forex quote. No? That's base currency against our quote currency. Now, the base currency is the basis of buying and selling. So, for example, mamaya. I'll get into that a little bit. No? So, dito papakita ko muna yung ano natin, yung example ng trade natin. Okay. So, whenever you're trying to open a trade, ito yung makikita nyo sa platform nyo, sa MetaTrader. So, for example, nando kayo sa chart ng EUR/USD. No? Tapos, makikita nyo dito that you can actually have two buttons. So, you have two options. You can either buy EUR/USD or you can ayan. Wait lang. Sorry, naghang. Ayan, okay na ulit. So, you can either buy EUR/USD or you can sell EUR/USD. No? So, maisip natin, wait lang coach, if I buy EUR/USD, ano ba yung binibili ko dyan? Am I buying the euro or am I selling the dollar? If I say sell EUR/USD, am I selling the euro or am I selling the dollar? No? So, kumbaga, kasi di ba, pag nag-trade tayo, you're buying one currency and you're selling the other. So, bakit ganun? No? Now, kung nag-buy ka, that's also called going long. No, yan yung in-explain ko kanina. No, if you buy, we're hoping na akit yung exchange rate. No, that's called going long as well. Kapag nag-sell tayo, that's also called going short. No, and we're hoping that the exchange rate would go down. So to make it very simple, kung ano yung binibili or binibenta mo, you always refer to the base currency. No, so the base currency is the basis of buying or selling. So ibig sabihin, kapag bumili ka ng euro-USD, you're buying the euro. Okay? Yung nasa kaliwa yung lagi mong susundan. Okay? If you buy euro-USD, you're buying the euro. And then, syempre, you're selling the dollar. Kapag nagbenta ka naman ng euro-USD, if you say sell euro-USD, you're selling the euro and you're buying the dollar. And take note, gusto natin bilhin yung currency na sa tingin mong lalakas at ibenta yung currency na sa tingin mong babagsak. So, make sure that you're taking the correct trade. Okay? So, pag sabihin natin tataas yung exchange rate ng euro-USD. No? That means that the euro will strengthen against the dollar. Tataas si euro, hihina si dollar. The exchange rate will go up. So what we want to do is that we want to buy euro-USD. No? So if you buy euro-USD, hoping that the exchange rate will go up, ang ginagawa mo dyan is that you're actually buying the euro and you're selling the dollar. So tama yung ginagawa natin because you're buying the currency that will strengthen and selling the currency that will weaken. So kung sa tingin mo akit yan, buy ang gagawin natin. Kung sa tingin mo naman babagsak yung value ng euro-USD, we want to sell that. No? Kung babagsak yung exchange rate, we want to sell euro-USD because in turn, you're actually selling the euro and then you're buying the dollar. Alright? Malinaw? So tandaan nyo yan ha. Kasi baka mamaya, kahit tama yung analysis natin, pag baliktad yung execution, baliktad din yung kita natin. Okay? Alright. So, let's try to have an example now para mas maintindihan ng lahat. Let's say that based on our analysis, we believe that sabihin natin si Australian dollar, okay, will go up. Sa tingin natin tataas si Australian dollar, that's AUD. So kung tataas si AUD, ano dapat ang gagawin natin sa currency na yan? Do we buy that or do we sell AUD? Kung sa tingin natin akyat, ano gusto mo gawin sa kanya? Pwede kayo mag-answer doon sa chat. Alright, good. Okay, maya. Okay lang magkamali, promise. It's okay to make mistakes here. Buti dito kaysa sa tunay na pera. I mean, that's why we're here, di ba? Okay, so that's good. Alright, so buy tayo ng AUD. No? Ayun, may mga nauna na kagad na trade. So, if you're buying the Australian dollar, if what we're going to trade is the Australian dollar against the US dollar or AUD-USD, ano dapat ang gagawin natin dyan para mabili yung Australian dollar? Do we buy or do we sell this pair? Okay, good, good, good. O, di ba? Simple lang, di ba? Okay, so tama po. We buy AUD USD because in that case, you're buying the Australian dollar and you're selling the US dollar, no? Kung ang pares naman natin ay Euro AUD, okay? If our pair is Euro AUD, what do we do? Do we buy or sell Euro AUD para mabili yung Australian dollar? Take note, nasa kabilang side. Okay, good. Kuha na ng lahat. So, we sell Euro AUD. Okay? So, make sure na tama yung position nyo para tama yung trade natin. Alright? So, I think everybody got that right. Let's move forward now. Okay. So, dito naman po tayo sa counting pips, no? Counting pips is basically a measurement of price movement in forex, no? Kasi kapag gumagalaw yung presyo ng forex ay ng ating mga exchange rates rather, meron tayong universal way to count them, no? And we call that pips. So, for example, we have here euro/USD is equal to 1.1500. Ang tatandaan nyo po, for major and cross pairs, tandaan nyo, major pairs, yun yung may mga dollar, di ba? Tapos yung cross pairs, yun yung mga walang dollar na mga major currencies. For major and cross pairs, we take a look at the fourth decimal place. Yung pang-apat po na decimal place. Any movement there is considered as 1 pip. For example, umakyat to 1.1501. Let's say it goes up to 1.1501. That means it went up by 1 on the fourth decimal place. So it went up by 1 pip. Okay? So tandaan nyo, fourth decimal place ang babantayan natin. If it goes down to 1.1499, then it went down by 1 pip. Okay? So, bumaba naman siya ng 1 pip kasi ganoon din eh. Diba? So, up or down, pips ang tawag natin dyan as long as it's movement on the fourth decimal place. Take note, this is for all major and cross pairs. The exception to the rule is Japanese yen. Kapag Japanese yen ang tinitrade nyo, hanggang second decimal place lang ang titignan nyo. Doon kayo magbibilang ng pips. Okay? Japanese yen lang for major and cross pairs. For exotic pairs, magkakaiba sila. So, medyo masakit ng ulo yan. Okay? So, it's a little bit different yung counting nila and gagamit ka na ng pip value calculator kung exotic pairs. Especially if that's your first time trading it. No? Alright. So, if the price goes up to 1.1520, then it moves up by 20 pips. If it goes down to 1.1470, then it went down by 30 pips. Okay, so up or down pips lang ang bilangan natin dyan. Now, let's try to combine what we've learned earlier dun sa concept of buying and selling natin together with counting pips para makita natin or mabilang natin yung ating profits and losses because profits and losses are initially counted as pips. Mamaya natin malalaman kung magkano yung conversion niya into dollars. No? So pips muna ang bilangan natin. Now, let's say that we believe Euro-USD will go up. Tataas yung exchange rate, meaning that the euro will strengthen against the US dollar. No? So gusto natin bilhin si euro at ibenta si dollar. So we decide to buy Euro-USD. If we do that and we are correct, umakyat siya to 1.1520, then it moves up by 20 pips. Meaning, nag-buy ka, umakyat siya, kung ilan ang inakyat yun yung kita mo. So you earn 20 pips. On the other hand, kung bumili ka, okay, if you bought Euro-USD, but it goes down, sabihin natin bumagsak siya, no, to 1.1490, then it went down by 20 pips, talo ka ng 10 pips. Ay, sorry, it went down by 10 pips, you lose 10 pips. Okay? So, tandaan nyo, pag bumili kayo or if you went long and it goes up, kung ilang pips ang inakit nun, yun yung kita mo. Kapag bumaba siya, kung ilang pips yung binaba nun, yun yung talo mo. On the other side of things, kung sa tingin mo naman na malakas si euro, mahina si euro, you want to sell the euro and you think that the dollar will strengthen, so you want to sell euro USD hoping that the exchange rate will go down. Kung bumaba nga siya to 1.1470, then it moved down by 30 pips, kita ka ng 30 pips kasi nag-sell ka eh. You're hoping that the price would go down. No? So kung bumaba siya, kikita ka. Pero pag umakyat siya, talo tayo. So if it moves up by 15 pips, you lose 15 pips. Okay? So take note, kapag nag-buy ka, umakyat, kikita. Kapag bumagsak, talo. No? Pag nag-sell ka, bumaba, kikita. Kapag umakyat, talo. Okay? Clear? Linaw ba? Okay. So, moving forward, no? Kung mapapansin nyo sa platform natin, no, later I'll open the platform and show you, you will actually see 5 decimal places instead of 4. Bakit ganun, no? Ano yung panglimang decimal place? The 5th decimal place is called a pipette. Okay? pipet yung tawag doon sa panglimang decimal place. Now, what I suggest for starters is you forget about yung pipets sa simula. No? Kumbaga sa MetaTrader platform nyo, ang tawag dyan ay points. No? It's expressed as points. Yung points kasi sa MetaTrader platform, that's the lowest decimal value. Since sa Forex, fifth decimal value yung pinakamababa, yun yung tawag na points sa MetaTrader platform. And formally, we call that a pipet. A pipet is a fraction of a pip. So what I suggest, just focus on the pips and forget about the pipettes for starters. No? So, kung mapapansin nyo, kunwari, dito sa selling price ng Euro USD, the price that they're showing us is 1.15116. No? So, dun pa rin tayo sa 11 magsisimula magbilang ng pips. No? Yung ating pinakadulo na pipet, medyo kalimutan nyo muna yan. No? So, aside from that, notice that whenever you trade, you will be given two choices. No? Dalawa yung ating presyo. If you're going to buy at a slightly higher price. If you're going to sell at a slightly lower price. Kung maisip mo, bakit ganun? No? Why is there difference between the buying and selling price? If you actually go to a bank or a money changer, you would see the same thing. Kunwari, punta kayo ng bangko, no? Try it, no? Whenever you visit the bank, try to ask the teller, ano po yung current buying price ng USD, PHP, no? Tapos tanong mo, ano yung current price kapag nag-sell naman ako? They will give you two different prices. Now, sabihin natin yung buy price is 50 pesos and 50 centavos, no, per dollar. Tapos yung selling price is 50 pesos flat. Bakit ganun? May difference ng 50 centavos. That is called the spread, no? Yung spread po, that is the difference between the buy price and the sell price. And to be frank about it, that is the trading cost. Yun yung binabayad mo sa bangko, 50 centavos per dollar that you actually trade with them. Yun. Okay? So, that's called the spread. And same thing if you're trading online, you also have a spread. The difference is sobrang liit kapag nag-trade ka online kasi in bulk mo ginagawa to eh. So, in this case, no, makikita nyo yung spread sa Euro USD is roughly around 2 pips, diba? 1.1511 against 1.1513. And if you want to be stingy about it, the actual spread is 1.8 pips. It's actually lower than 2 pips. Okay? So, yan ang ating spread. Now, just some terminologies. The bid price is also your sell price. The ask price is also your buy price. Okay? So, para hindi kayo malito, yung bid and ask. Okay. Kaya pa? Okay pa? Before we go to volume. Gusto ko tapusin yung volume eh. Para kompleto tayo dun sa pips natin. Okay, how do we count pips sa ibang instrument like gold and CFDs? That depends on what you're trading. Sa gold, ano kasi siya eh, directly converted siya into dollar eh. So yung second decimal place doon sa gold, yun yung pip mo. 1 pip is on the second decimal place for gold. But the difference is, if you're trading gold, pag nag-trade ka ng 1 lot ng gold, that's only $1 per pip. Mamaya maintindihan natin yung lot sizes. Pero yun yung gold. No? If you trade 1 lot of gold, you're trading $1 per pip. Yung CFDs naman, it depends on what CFD you're trading. So kung stocks, ganun din naman. Kanwari, yung share ng Apple, sabihin natin $200 per share yung Apple. So hanggang decimal places yon, and yung second decimal place, yun yung pip nun. Kasi yun yung percent eh. Okay? So it depends on what CFD you're looking at. Okay ba? Was I able to answer the question? So mamaya, maybe we can do some examples. Okay. So anyway, moving forward. Ayan. So, pag nagtitrade po kayo, lagi kayong tatanungin, no, anong volume ang gusto mong i-trade? So, on your platforms, you will actually see, for example, volume na 1.00. If you're trading a standard account, just to give you an idea no, kung gaano kalaki yan, you're actually trading 100,000 units of your base currency. So, kung nag-trade ka ng Euro USD, ang base currency mo ay Euro. So, kapag nag-trade ka ng volume na 1.00, or we also call that 1 lot or a standard lot, you're trading 100,000 units of Euro. So, ganyan kalaking pera actually ang tinitrade mo kapag nag-trade ka ng 1 lot. So, kung isipin mo, kung ang current rate ngayon ay 1.15, di ba, ang Euro USD, kailangan mo ng $115,000 para makabili ng 100,000 euros. So, ang laking pera, di ba? So, maisip mo, wait, coach, wala naman akong $115,000 sa account para makabili ng one lot. Anong gagawin ko? Diyan papasok yung leverage mamaya. No? Even though you have a smaller amount, uh, even though you have a smaller amount, makakapag-trade ka pa rin, no, with leverage kasi you can basically trade more than what you have in your account. Later, we'll try to make some computations so that it would, make sense. Okay? Anyway, so ganyan kalaking pera yung tinitrade mo if you're using a standard account. Tandaan nyo, there are basically two types of accounts. No? We have a standard account and then you have a micro account. No? Pag less than $500 yung account nyo, I suggest micro account. No? Kapag standard account yung gamit nyo, pwede na $500 or more. No? Pero sa totoo lang, kahit naman standard account ka, pwede ka pa rin naman mag-trade ng $100. Okay lang naman. Pero kumbaga, mas maingat ka lang dapat. No? Hindi mo pwede ma-overexpose yung account mo. Okay? Alright. So, ganyan kalaking pera yung tinitrade mo. So, later we'll try to make some computations. So, ngayon po, maisip natin kanina, no? Okay, wait, coach. Let's say, nag-buy ako kanina sa Euro USD. Kumita ako ng 20 pips. Magkano ba yung 20 pips na yan? Okay? So, that depends on the volume that you're trading, no? Tandaan niyo dito, 'di ba? Bago tayo mag-trade, lagi kang tatanungin anong volume. So bigyan ko muna kayo ng benchmarks kasi pwede mo bago-baguhin 'yan eh. If you trade the standard lot, no, or one lot, basically that's a volume of 1.00. That would be $10 per pip. Ibig sabihin, kapag nag-trade ka ng Euro USD, nag-trade ka ng one lot, no, umakyat siya by 20 pips, you earn 20 pips, no? So that's 20 pips times $10, you earn $200. So may isip mo, wow, okay na, laking pera nun. That's around what? 10,000 pesos, no? So may isip mo, wow, laking pera nun. And so totoo lang, ang 20 pips, saglit lang yan sa Euro USD, no? Euro USD moves around what? 80 to 100 pips a day. So kumbaga, it's achievable, okay? Pero paano pag natalo ka? Ganun din, no? What if you lose 10 pips? Then you lose 10 pips times $10, you lose $100. So may isip mo, wait, masakit din sa bulsa, no? Paano pag yung pera mo tipong $500 lang, edi 1/5 kagad ng account, no? 20% of your account tanggal kagad, no? Pero pag nanalo ka, positive 20% ka. So kumbaga parang ang high risk. So what you can do is you can lower your volume, which is, I suggest that, no? Kailangan low risk lang trading natin. If you change your volume from 1 to 0.1, that will give you $1 per pip. Meaning, if you make 20 pips, you make $20, no? If you lose 10 pips, you lose $10. Mas manageable na. And the lowest you can go for a standard account is 0.01 volume, which is 10 cents per pip, no? If you make 20 pips, that's $2. If you lose 10 pips, you lose $1. So, okay naman, yung biglang makatulog sa gabi. So, yan ang ating lot sizing, no, or volume. Now, you can have something in between if you like. For example, gusto mo $3 per pip, edi 0.3. Gusto mo 70 cents per pip, edi 0.07. Kung gusto mo ng $2.30 per pip, no, very specific, sure, edi that's 0.23. So, pwede mo bago-baguhin. Okay? So, yan po yung ating pip value for major pairs. No? Again, this is only for major pairs. If you go into cross pairs, it becomes slightly different. Nagbabago sila ng konti. No? Yung iba kasi $12 per pip, yung iba naman $6 per pip, $8 per pip. Pwede mo pa rin siya i-round off to $10 per pip, pero medyo nagbabago na kasi siya ng konti. So mamaya, titingnan natin kung saan tayo makakita ng pip value calculator so that you can check. Okay? Actually, ano naman yan, it's quite public. You can find a lot of pip value calculators. Okay? Pero mamaya, tignan na rin natin. No? Okay. We have another question here. Saglit leverage po is true for CFDs and other instruments po. Yes, you can also have leverage for other instruments pero mas limited yung sa kanila. It depends on what instrument and kung ano yung rules ng broker. Paano po mag-compute ang volume traded so that we can risk a certain percentage lang? Okay, so for CFDs, mamaya titignan nyo kasi per instrument kung ilang shares yung tinitrade nyo. So, nakasulat yun sa instrument. Mamaya papakita ko sa inyo kung saan hahanapin yun. No? Tapos, in Forex, may risk calculator para malaman po ang volume sa isang stop loss. Paano po ba yung ibang instruments? For yung ibang instruments, I'm not sure kung pasok pa rin yung risk calculator doon. But if not, I can show you how to compute for it manually. So, hindi natin magagawa yan ngayon, yung mismong computation. We'll be able to do that siguro mga third session. Pero kasama yan sa course natin. Okay, magalala. Pero mamaya, papakita ko na kagad kung paano nyo malalaman kung ilang shares yun. Alright. So, ayan. For a micro account, ang difference lang naman ng standard sa micro account, your standard account is expressed in dollars. Ang micro account, it is expressed in cents. So, kumbaga yung balance pa lang sa account nyo, imbis na dollars sa makikita nyo, in cents na. So, for example, if you put in $100 dun sa micro account, what you will actually see on your account is 10,000 cents. So, ang number na nakasulat dun ay 10,000. Tapos, lahat ng volume is converted into cents. So, kumbaga, pag nag-trade ka ng one lot, imbis na $10 per pip yun, 10 cents per pip. Kapag nag-trade ka ng 0.1, imbis na $1 per pip, it's 1 cent per pip. So isipin mo, micro account, lahat gawin mo lang cents. That's the easiest way to interpret a micro account. Okay? Alright. Any questions so far? Tanong pa ba? Kaya pa? Alright. So let's take a quick break siguro. Ano lang, let's have a 2-minute break. Ano lang, wee break lang siguro. Para medyo, ano lang, medyo relax lang ng saglit. And, wait lang, check ko lang kung anong oras na ngayon. On my clock, it's 8:13. Let's have a quick break, 2 minutes. No? 8:15. Resume tayo. Okay, game na? Let's continue. Okay, okay, regarding Tradepedia tools, libre ba yung Avramis Ribbon and yung Avramis Analyzer Indicator? Pwede ko ba ma-request yun? Alam ko libre siya. May ano lang, may deposit requirement lang. Pero I'm not sure. So, best to ask yung live chat ng XM or yung account manager nyo para mas ano, mas diretso. Okay, game. So, ito naman po yung concept natin ng leverage, no? Leverage is expressed as a ratio. And basically, ang sinasabi niyan, minumultiply niya yung account mo. So for example, if you have a leverage of 10:1, or 1:10, whatever you want to express it as, that means kung magkano yung pera mo, you can trade up to times 10 of that. No? So kung ang leverage mo ay 1:100, then that means times 100 yung pwede mong i-trade. So let's try to make a quick computation. No? Sabihin natin, yung pera natin is $1,000. No? So I'm just gonna write it down. Sabihin natin yung capital mo is $1,000. Okay? Tapos, leverage natin is 1:100. Okay? That means, nakikita nyo ba yung sinusulat ko? Hindi ko sure kasi kung nakikita na agad eh. Or do I have to like exit this? Can you guys see? Okay. Thank you. Okay. So yung capital natin is 1,000 with a leverage of 1:100. No? So with that, you can actually trade. Hindi, ano na lang natin. Yung capital lang natin, gawin natin 10,000 para mas madali. No? So we have a capital of 10,000 and our leverage is 1:100. That means we can trade up to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can trade up to $1 million. No? So isipin natin, if we want to buy Euro USD, no? Euro USD, no? At the rate of 1.1500. Kung gusto natin mag-trade ng one lot, no? We are actually trading 100,000 euros. 'Di ba? Ganyan kalaki yung tinitrade mo eh. If you're going to buy Euro USD ng one lot, you're trading 100,000 euros. And since the rate that we're getting it at is 1.1500, that means for every 1 euro, kailangan mo ng $1.15. So if we were to convert this into dollars, we actually need 115,000 US dollars. Okay pa? Clear so far? So kung maisip natin, if our capital is $10,000, we don't have $115,000 para makabili ng one lot of euro, USD. But if we have a leverage of 1:100, then we can trade up to times 100 of that, enabling us to trade up to $1 million actually, no? In essence. Yan yung kayang capacity nung account mo. So, if you check, no, 1 million minus $115,000, pasok na pasok, no? So with a capital of $10,000 and a leverage of 1:100, kaya natin mag-trade ng one lot ng Euro USD. Actually, kahit ilan nga, kaya pa natin eh, no? Kasi, kumbaga yung total money na meron tayo, so kunwari, 1 million minus $115,000, check my math kung tama. This will be equal to 885, tama ba? 885. So meron ka pang roughly $885,000 to trade with. So kahit ilang lots pa yung i-trade mo with Euro USD, kayang-kaya, no? Probably up to maybe 7. You can add additional 7 lots there, no? So yan yung ibig sabihin ko po ng leverage. All right? Clear so far? Okay ba tayo? Okay, good. Okay pa? Bago tayo pumasok sa margin, Good evening, sorry late. Okay lang, may recording tayo, okay magalala. So para siyang multiplier, yes, para siyang multiplier, no? So ito yung dahilan kung bakit tayo nakaka-trade ng mas malaking pera than what we have. Okay? All right. So ngayon, punta tayo ngayon sa margin, no? Let's talk about margin. Buksan ko lang yung platform saglit para makita nyo lang po yung makita nyo lang po yung ating Makita nyo po yung ating margin. Dali, I'll open a demo account. Ayan, yan. So makikita nyo po dito, ayan, this is a demo account. And as you can see here sa platform natin, meron tayong makikita dito sa baba. Oh. You have balance, you have equity, margin, free margin. No? Ito margin level, kalimutan nyo na, hindi nyo gagamitin yan. Okay? So balance, equity, margin, at saka free margin. No? Later on, ipapaaral ko sa inyo itong platform na to. I'll send you some videos. Homework natin yan ha. So you need to check it out for the next few days. Madali lang naman siya. No? Bago tayo pumasok sa Wednesday session natin. So, looking at this, meron tayong balance. Yun yung pera mo sa account mo. So, let's say you have $10,000. $10,000 yung nakalagay dyan. And any trades na close na, sabihin natin, nag-trade ka, kumita ka ng $100, sinara mo na yung trade mo, magre-reflect na yan sa balance mo. Ang magiging balance mo is $10,100. No? Pag natalo ka naman, sabihin natin, natalo ka ng $200, no? So, magre-reflect sa balance mo yung pag sinara mo na yung trade. Now, ano yung difference niya sa equity? Yung equity naman, mas importante yung equity. The equity is how much money you have in account with your current profits and losses. So sabihin natin, kung titingnan mo tong account na to, I have $96,206 in the account. Okay? Pero yung equity ko mas mataas, $97,400. Bakit yun? Kasi meron tayong floating profit dito na konti, no? So I have like a total of $1,200 na profit. Yun yung nakikita ko sa equity ko. And every time this moves, gagalaw din yung equity ko. And equity is more important than balance. Kasi ito talaga yung tunay mong pera. Okay? Now, if you have some losses, then ganun din. Mas mababa yung equity mo rather than your balance. Okay? Now, ano tong margin and free margin? Yung margin natin, this is how much money you use in order for you to open these trades. So sabihin natin, meron akong 3 trades dito. Puro stocks to eh. American Airlines, Lufthansa, at saka Norwegian Cruise Line. Para mabuksan yung trade na yan, meron kang binibigay na safety deposit sa broker mo. Okay? Yun yung tinatawag nating margin. So it's just a safety deposit. The money is still yours, but you cannot use it anymore until you close the trade. So safety deposit lang siya. No? So ano yung margin na yan? No? Ano yung safety deposit and how do you compute for that? No? Yung para i-compute yung ating margin, balik tayo dito. Wait lang. So para i-compute yung margin ngayon, we have a very, very, very simple computation there. Ang gagawin mo, kung magkano yung pera na kailangan mo, i-divide mo by the leverage. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Going back to our earlier example, if we want to buy Euro USD at one lot, di ba? We need $115,000 para mabili yan, di ba? But since we have a leverage of 1:100, mas konti na dapat yung margin required natin to open the trade. No? So, the margin required is actually, kunin mo yung kailangan mong pera, $115,000, and then you divide that by your leverage. Your leverage is 1:100. So, divide that by 100. And you will end up with $1,150. Yan yung margin required mo. Meaning, if you have a capital of $10,000, ang mangyari, ang margin mo is $1,150 and your free margin, let's just call it FM. Sulat ko na para sa mga gagamitin tong recording. Free margin. It's equal to, again, check my math, 8,850, tama? Okay? $8,850 left to open more trades. Malinaw? So as long as your trade is open dito sa, kanwari, one lot ng Euro USD natin, meron tayong margin na $1,150 na hindi mo pwedeng galawin. Meron ka pa ngayon natitira na 8,850 na pwede mong galawin. Okay? So if you make more trades on top of that, gagamit ka ulit ng free margin and will be transferred to your margin. Now, if you close some of your trades, sabihin natin sinara mo yung one lot mo ng Euro USD, yung margin mo na 1,150, matatanggal na dyan, babalik na ulit sa free margin. Okay? Clear? Good? And syempre, tandaan nyo, yung free margin na to, this reflects your current capital, yung equity mo. So, kumbaga kung nababawasan yung equity mo, natatalo ka, bumabawas din yung free margin mo. Okay? So, that's the reason why some people hit margin call. Ano yung margin call? Ang margin call is what if, let's say you open a trade ng one lot ng Euro USD, and then the trade goes against you. Puro talo, hindi mo nilagyan na stop loss, walang ka-strategy tayong ginawa. Tapos naubos yung $8,850 mo with just your losses. So ang natitira mo na lang ay margin, wala ka ng free margin. Anong mangyayari ngayon? Now the losses, if it continues, it will start to eat up doon sa margin mo. So nauubusan na yung, nababawasan na rin yung margin mo. Okay? Yun yung tinatawag na margin call. Sinasabi sa ng broker, yung margin mo, tinatamaan na, nababawasan na. No? Yung safety deposit mo, nababawasan na. Now, at a certain level, meron kang tinatawag na parang stop out level. I think that's around, normally nasa 40 to 50% yan ng margin mo. Pag tinamaan yung 50% ng margin mo, ano naging $600 na lang, automatically kakat ni broker yung earliest trade mo yata, no? Ikakat niya to free up some margin. Okay? Pag tinamaan ulit, magkakat na naman yan. So, kaya yung mga iba na susunugan ng account, yan yung nangyayari. So, that's what happens there. Is that clear? Malinaw yung margin at free margin natin. Okay? So, sa totoo lang maraming traders hindi pa rin ito naintindihan. So, take note of that. Yung may mga iba, isang taon na nagtitrade, di pa rin alam ito. So, importante na. Para at least alam nyo kung ano yung mga tinitrade nyo. What values are there. Okay? Ito, wait, may tanong tayo saglit Coach, yan po yung margin call. Yep, yan yun. Coach, kapag nag-profit na, for example, $100 sa profit na, bali, madadagdag siya sa free margin. Yes po, madadagdag siya sa free margin. Okay. Connected po sa leverage ang margin. Yes, connected po sa leverage yung margin. Kasi, kung wala kang leverage, then the margin that you will need, kung magbubukas ka ng one lot ng Euro USD, di ba? Ito yung kailangan natin We need $115,000 Kung wala tayong leverage, then yung margin required mo is $115,000 Pag may leverage, i-divide mo siya. Kaya mas konting margin ang kailangan mo. If you even though you have a huge amount that you want to trade, mas maliit lang ang kailangan mo para mabuksan yung trade. Okay ba? Actually hindi to tinuturo madalas sa mga sa mga intro to forex. Mahaba kasi masakit sa ulo At saka minsan yung magtuturo hindi rin alam. joke lang. Okay, pwede bang max leverage basta control yung lot size? Excellent question. Ang ganda ng tanong. Pwede po ba maximum may leverage ko basta control yung lot size? Yes. So sa totoo lang, basta controlled mo yung lot size, yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, okay ka. Kahit yung leverage mo is 1:100 or 1:30, it doesn't matter. Pero kung hindi ka marunong mag-control ng lot size, babaan mo muna yung leverage mo. Gawin mo munang 1:30 or 1:20. Yun, it will forcefully prevent you from taking bigger trades. Okay, paano yung computation ng percent margin? Mahaba siya Huwag na natin i-compute. Masakit siya sa ulo Hindi naman natin kailangan. Oo. You can Google it if you want. Pero hindi natin kailangan, hindi gagamitin yun. Alright. So, anyway. Okay ba? So, move forward tayo, no? I-clear ko na yung slides, Coach, ma-view ba namin itong session mamaya? Oo, walang problema. Actually, sa totoo lang yung mga discuss natin ngayon, I learned these in months. So if you can learn this in one night, good for you. No? Pero I'm sure may mga ibang concepts na natutunan natin kanina pero lumipad na. So so normal yan kasi mabigat yung pinag-usapan natin. That's why we have a recording. Okay? Okay. Clear ko na Clear ko na yung slides Okay. So moving forward, no? Actually, we're nearing the end of Forex. Tapos pag-usapan na natin ngayon yung stocks after this one. Pero maiksi na lang stocks kasi alam na natin yung Forex. So ito yung mga pwede nating gawin with your platform. No, yung platform, ipapaaral ko po sa inyo. I'll send you some videos that I have on YouTube. Make sure that you study it, no? Make sure you download a demo account. Tapos try nyo na i-practice kagad para pagdating ng Wednesday, dire-diretso tayo sa session, no? Hindi na tayo ano yung pipindutin dito, ano yung pipindutin dito, no? So, you have to study it, no? Kumbaga homework 'yan. So ito yung mga pwede natin gawin. You can make market executions, meaning you want to trade on the spot. Gusto mo mag-buy or sell on the spot, you can do that. You can make pending orders. You want to buy or sell at a predetermined price, you can do that. No? Take profit is an automated command to cut your trades at a certain profit, and stop losses naman, it's an automated command to cut your losses at a specific price. So pag-uusapan yan sa video. All right. So the question that I guess we haven't answered today yet is, Coach, paano ko malalaman kung saan papunta yung price? No? Kung paakyat yan or pababa, how would I know? Generally, there's two ways no, that you can do that. Maraming paraan eh. Maraming types of analysis. But generally, there's two ones that we normally use. Fundamental analysis and technical analysis. No? Fundamental analysis, ito yung ginawa natin kanina. We looked into the economy, and based on that, may bias tayo kung anong pwedeng mangyari sa value ng currency nila. No? So, if their economy is going well, then probably pwedeng umakyat yung value ng pera nila. If their economy is doing poorly, pwedeng bumagsak. No? Or pwedeng mag-intervene yung central banks, no? Mag-intervene sila with the supply of money and causing that to increase or decrease yung supply. No? Syempre, pwedeng tumaas or bumaba din yung value ng pera nila. Okay? Now, we're gonna talk more about that no sa probably third session natin, no? Fundamental analysis. Third or fourth session, depende kung ano yung mauna. And mga macroeconomic data, central banks, pag-usapan natin lahat yan mamaya. Next time, sorry. Hindi mamaya. So, economic calendar, gagamitin din natin yan. It's basically a list of all news events that will come out. No? So, mga data, lalabas dyan. Pag-aaralan natin yan sa fundamental sessions. Okay? Now, technical analysis, we also have a separate session in this. This is basically price action and yung pagbasa natin ng mga charts. We'll talk about candlesticks, supports and resistances, trend, at saka yung mismo strategy na ginagamit natin dito sa PAFT. No? Now, remember, there is no single right way on how to trade the market. You can have different strategies and all of them can be profitable. No? So we don't actually prevent our traders from exploring new strategies, from making their own strategies. Wala pong problema yon. But we also teach what we do here. So kung ano yung ginagamit namin, itinuturo din naman namin. If you want to use that, go ahead, no, by all means. If you don't want to use that and you have your own, something that you're more comfortable with, go ahead, walang problema, no. So you can be experimental with your strategies. Wag lang masyado sa tunay na pera or sa malaking pera. You can be experimental kung maliit lang yung pera. Pero pag yung mga tipong malaking accounts, tapos maging experimental ka, wag muna, no. Pag-aralan mo muna yung ginagawa mo. Okay. So yun, anyway. So we will talk about that on a different session. Okay. So any questions so far before we move on sa ating calculator? Tingnan lang natin yung pip value calculator na na-mention ko kanina, and after that we'll proceed with stocks. No, mabilis na yung stocks, like 10 minutes can discuss it. Okay. Okay, so far wala naman tanong, no? So saglit, buksan ko lang yung calculator. So, you can actually make a search. Ang daming mga calculators na ino-offer dyan, third-party calculators. Personally, okay ako dito sa yung ginagamit ko sa XM. So, for example, ayan, makita nyo may mga calculators dito. You can check out yung profit and loss calculator. Kung medyo nahihirapan pa kayo, you can use that. Ilalagay mo lang naman yung stop loss mo, yung take profit mo. Ilalagay mo dyan yung entry price, yung lot size. So, kumbaga medyo basic siya. No? It computes it for you. Ito yung pip value calculator. Importante ito. So, for example, ayan sabihin natin, ang pair na tinitrade natin ay Euro-USD and you're using a dollar account. Tapos sabihin natin yung type of account mo is a standard account, no? And you trade the volume of 1. Then pag kinalculate niya, isusulat na niya kagad yung pip value. Ayan, for example, $10 per pip. Pero kung sabihin natin, baguhin natin yung pair, let's go with Euro GBP, no? So Euro GBP is a lot different. If you check the pip value, it's less. Ito pala, So 13. dollars siya per pip. Okay? Yung Euro GBP. So, iba siya. Tapos ganun din, for exotic, sabihin natin, USD TRY. Ayan, exotic pairs. Ayan. So, USD TRY, it's actually $1.16 per pip. Check ko kung meron ditong ano Ayan. So, gold, for example, meron din dito. Ayan o. Pag nag-trade ka ng one lot ng gold, ito yung sinasabi ko, $1 per pip siya. Okay. Hindi, 10 kasi yan dito kasi naka-diretso sa ano eh. Pero pag pumunta ka sa platform, uh, confusing na kasi pag dyan eh. Pero pag pumunta ka sa platform, $1 per pip yan. Ayan. Wait lang. So, buksan natin yung gold. Ayan. Alright. So, kung mapapansin nyo po, yung gold natin, ang ibig sabihin nito, $1,763.31 per troy ounce of gold. So, yan ang ibig sabihin yan. Okay? $1,763.31 per troy ounce of gold. Tapos kapag nagtitrade tayo, ang minimum movement ng gold is on the second decimal place. So this is expressed as cents. Okay? So pag nagtrade ka ng one lot niyan, you're actually trading 100 troy ounces of gold. So kapag ano ka yan, pag kinonvert mo, no, long process short, no, pag kinonvert mo yan, that will be $1 per pip. Considering yung pip niya is on the second decimal place. Okay? So percent that it makes, that's actually $1. Okay? Kaya 100 gold. No? So if you convert that, that's the same amount. Okay? Pag nag-trade ka ng 0.01, that is 1 cent per pip sa gold. Kasi you're only trading 1 gold. Okay? So, yan po yung computation ng gold natin. Now, if you're looking at your CFDs, normally dito mo makikita yan kung ilan yung contract size niya. So, sabihin natin, let's take a look at Pfizer. Nike na lang. No, Nike, let's go for a US company. Ayan, sige. Pfizer buys US. Pfizer yata is US. So, ayan. Pag ni-right click nyo po yan, okay, wait lang. Yung gold sa micro account, I'm not sure. I'm not sure sa micro account ng gold. Alam ko, in cents din siya converted. No? So, kumbaga, ang one lot nun is 1 cent per pip. Ang alam ko ha. Pero yung CFDs natin ng mga stocks, kahit micro or standard yung gamit mo, pareho lang. Same lang sila. Okay? So, eto, for example, yung Pfizer, no, gusto mo siya i-trade. Check niyo lagi yung yung specification. Ayan, right-click kayo doon sa Market Watch, Pfizer. Tapos specification, makikita niyo po yung details diyan. So, for example, ito, contract size is 10. Ang ibig sabihin nito is you're trading 10 shares of Pfizer kada one lot na tinitrade mo. Okay? So, 10 shares yan. Tapos, makikita nyo din dito, meron tayo yung mga swaps niya. So remember that every day that you're holding on to a trade, it could be a little bit of positive or negative. So per lot na tinitrade dito, it's negative 2. So maliit lang. Okay. Ayan. Ang stocks maliit I think itong negative 2 na yan is percent yan per pag stocks kasi medyo iba no? Percent yan per year. So maliit lang ang swap ng stocks Super liit lang. Ayun, for example ito. Kung makikita nyo dito, American Airlines na tinirade ko, I opened this last year, October pa, so mag-iisang taon na. I traded equivalent to to 100 shares yan kasi one lot is 10 shares. No? So 100 shares ng American Airlines. Ang swap ko lang negative $48. Mag-iisang taon na. So maliit lang yan. Okay. So yun po siya paano tignan. Or mismo dun sa website ng broker, madalas pinapakita naman nila. Kasi mas madali yun Kunwari, tignan na, balik tayo sa website. No? Ayan. So pag pumunta kayo dito, kunwari sa XM, trading, instruments and stock CFDs. Basta kung ano yung broker nyo, meron naman silang data dyan. Nasa website nila yan. Ayan, no? So for example, hanapin natin si Pfizer. Tayo natin mag-load. Spelling ng Pfizer. Pfizer. Ayan. So, read. Ayan. So, pinapakita naman nila kung ilang shares yung dinitrade. Wait lang. Ayan. So, Pfizer. Ayun. Value ng one lot ng Pfizer is 10 shares. Tapos, ang margin requirement is 5%. So, ibig sabihin nito, kung magkano yung total price na makukuha mo sa 10 shares, you only need 5% of that as your margin. No? So, in effect, ang leverage nito is 1:20 maximum na pwede mong kunin sa ano na to, sa instrument na yan. So, kahit yung leverage mo 1:100, okay lang naman sa account mo. Pero ang makukuha mo lang dito is 1:20 pag tinrate mo siya. Okay? So, let's say magkano ba ang Pfizer ngayon? So, if the price of Pfizer right now is ayan, $45. If you trade one lot, you'd be trading 10 shares, which is $450 ang kailangan mo. You only need 5% of that, which is $22. Nasa mga ganun. Yun yung magiging margin mo. Okay? Malinaw? Okay, ask ko lang, namumultiply din po ba yung leverage ng value ng PIP? Hindi na. Hindi na. Kasi yun na yun eh. Yung kanina natin. Hindi naman mawawala yung streamed vid sa YouTube. Iaano ko siya. I will unlist it, but I will send I will send the link sa inyo sa email. Make sure na tama yung email nyo ha. Kasi may mga iba nag-register, puro palyado yung email. Nagba-bounce back na sa akin pag nagsisend ako ng update. Okay. Alright. So, walang tanong. Clear ba? Okay. So, just to give a little bit more detail sa ano natin, sa stocks natin. Wait lang. Let me just open the slides there. Medyo natakil na rin naman natin yung stocks eh. Dumiretso tayo sa practicality of it. Okay. Ayun. So, with ayan, okay. So ano ba yung what are stocks for? No, just a little bit of an idea for those who are not familiar kung ano ba yung stocks, no? Stocks are basically shares of a company, no? So kung yung stocks natin para makapag-raise ng pera ang isang kumpanya, what they normally do is that they go public, no? So ang ginagawa nila is that they offer their shares publicly where investors can buy in. Tapos yung pera na yon, they use it to grow the company, no? So that's the effect of it. Now, take note na may mga ano ba yung nakukuha mo no as an investor? As an investor, meron kang chance na kumita doon sa shares nila, no? If the company does well, tumaas yung value ng shares nila, then you can sell the shares at a higher price, no? So ang tawag doon ay capital gains, no? Ngayon naman, meron din tinatawag ng mga dividends. Yung dividends naman, that is yun yung kita na nakukuha. Kumbaga, kanwari, yung isang kumpanya kumita, si Nike. Tapos malaki yung kinita niya, meron siyang kumbaga surplus. Meron siyang option to share those dividends doon sa kanyang mga shareholders. So yun yung tinatawag natin na dividendo, no? So normally, yung mga stocks na yan, they offer better returns than bonds. No? Yung bonds, yun yung mga parang government bonds na meron tayo or corporate bonds. Pwede kayo magtanong sa mga bangko nyo. May mga in-offer na bonds yan, no? Para may idea kayo. So normally, those returns are better. No? Pero, ang difference between stocks and bonds is that ang bonds guaranteed yan. So, as long as bukas yung kumpanya, nagbigay siya ng corporate bond, as long as buhay yung kumpanya, they will pay you, no? Kung yung government naman, as long as the government is still alive, no, they will pay you. Pero ang stocks, ang nangyayari diyan ay tina-transfer niya actually yung risk sa iyo, no? If you're not familiar with that, no. Whenever you buy into a company, the risk is actually transferred to the investor because they're not required to pay you doon sa stocks na binili mo. Kumbaga, sa'yo na yan eh. No? If you bought it at $30, then the stock is yours. No? Kumbaga, the company is not required to pay you back for it. No? Kapag natalo, hindi ka nila kailangan bayaran. No? So, yun ang nangyari. And there are actually some IPOs that are meant for that. No? Kumbaga pinapasa lang nila yung risk sa investors. Personally, I think yung Aramco, if you're familiar with that, no, the largest private oil producing company, ginawa nilang public recently, no? Kasi bakit? Feeling ko hindi na ganun ka trendy ang oil, no, as an energy in the next 20, 30 or even 40 years. So nagsisimula na sila mag-transfer ng risk. Okay? So anyway, yun yung gist ng ating stocks, no. Stocks is, remember, it's traded through an exchange. So merong regulatory body behind that sa atin, PSE, no, Philippine Stock Exchange, and with regulation it costs higher. Normal naman 'yan. Okay? All right. So with that, meron tayo ngayon tinatawag na derivative market. So with the brokers that we have, we don't actually trade stocks directly dun sa exchange nila. No, we trade CFDs. Sa XM actually pwede ka mag-trade ng shares account eh. No, actual stocks yung trade mo doon. But the capital is huge, no, $10,000 minimum. But if you don't have that, no, kahit yung mga standard account natin or micro account, you can already trade stocks, no, yung mga CFDs. That is traded through the derivative market. Ang derivative market, let me just explain medyo masakit sa ulo to but I want you to bear through with this para maintindihan natin kung ano yung derivative market. Yung derivative market, what you're actually trading are contracts. Hindi mo tinitrade yung actual thing. No? Kunwari, pag nag-trade ka ng gold sa spot market, you're trading actual gold. No? Pero sa derivative market, what you're trading is a contract of gold. Papel lang yung hawak mo. No? It's a contract of gold representing, that much amount of gold. No? So the instrument's value are actually derived from an underlying asset. So the contracts could be anything. It could be commodities like gold, oil, silver, cocoa, sugar, wheat. Pwede ring forex actually, pwede ring stocks. So ang dami mong pwedeng gawin with the derivative market. It's faster, it's cheaper to trade kasi contracts lang yung tinitrade mo, no? So yun yung derivative market. Okay? Now, ano yung mga types of derivatives and bakit ba nila ginagawa to? So just to give you an idea, yung futures market, meron kang futures, meron kang options, tapos meron kang CFDs, no? Unahin muna natin yung futures, no? Kasi this really gives you an idea kung ano yung purpose ng derivative market. Yung futures market, meron kang chance to buy or sell at a predetermined price and date. So sabihin natin, let's say that we own a cereal company. Cereal, as in gumagawa ng cereal, yung pang-agahan na cereal. No? So, let's say Nestle tayo. No? Tapos, as Nestle, we want to secure our supply ng wheat. No? Kasi kailangan natin ng wheat, sabihin natin, para makaproduce tayo ng cereal. So what we do is that we talk to the farmer. Sabihin natin sa farmer, okay farmer, I need to secure yung supply ng wheat. So gawa tayo ng contract. So gagawin ng farmer, sige, gusto ko din siguraduhin na maibebenta ko tong wheat na to kahit anong mangyari. No? And I want to sell it at a certain price. So sabihin natin, sige, let's lock in our price at $10 per bushel. So ang mangyari doon is kahit hindi pa naani yung wheat, sigurado yung farmer na maibebenta niya yung wheat niya at $10 per bushel. No? Now, regardless of what happens to the market, sabihin natin nagkaroon ng shortage doon sa wheat. Biglang nag-skyrocket yung presyo. Naging $20 per bushel. Yung Nestle, tayo as a company, secure tayo na $10 ating makukuha kahit tumaas yung value niyan. No? And on the other side of things, what if nagkaroon ng oversupply of wheat? Biglang bumagsak yung value, naging $5 na lang. Yung farmer is assured na bibili ng Nestle yun at $10 per bushel. No? So that is the futures market. It actually gives security dun sa buyers and sellers. Ginagawa talaga yan. No? That's the purpose of the derivative market. Now, in addition to that, meron kang tinatawag na options with that. May mga parang underlying clauses yon na for example, pag ito umabot ng ganitong presyo, I have the right to execute the trade immediately at this price. No? So kumbaga, it gives a little bit more options for the farmer as well as the Nestle company. No? So kumbaga, yan yung nangyayari. No? You have the right to buy or sell at a specified price. So kanwari, pag ito umabot ng $20, kailangan ma-execute ko na to kagad yung trade na to. No? So yun yung nangyayari. Now, lastly, we have another type of derivative. It's called CFDs. No? Ito yung tinitrade natin. A CFD is called contracts for differences. It's a speculative tool that allows investors to participate in the movement of the price without full ownership of it. So kaya tayo nakakapag-trade ng stocks even though we don't have that much capital. The reason why we can trade it at leverage is because we're trading contracts and not the actual thing. Okay? So remember that when you're trading CFDs, kailangan kakilala mo kung sino yung kausap mo. Kasi non-transferable yung stocks na yan. No? Kasi kapag nag-trade tayo through an exchange, transferable yung stocks mo sa mga brokers. But if you're trading CFDs, kung sino yung kausap mo na broker, siya lang. So make sure na kakilala mo yung broker mo. And that's the reason why we have partners here in PAFTI. Kasi yung mga partners natin, maayos yan. No? Your trades will be executed and will be liquidated kung gusto mo na isara. Okay? So what it does is that it simulates the value of an underlying asset. And the beauty of it is that it's cash settled. Sa futures market, hindi yan cash settled if you're trading futures. No, may kaibigan nga ako na expire ng contract ng calf eh. Calf yung baby cow. Tinawagan siya ng farmer, sir, i-deliver ko na yung 100 baby cows sa'yo. Eh nasa siya, Amerikano yun eh, nasa gitna siya ng New York. So sabi niya, oh shit. So yun, no. Yun. So yun yung futures, no. Kagandahan ng CFDs is that it's cash settled, no. Ma-expirean ka, nasarang ka ng kontrata, kung magkano yung value niyan, it will be liquidated as cash. Okay? So that's what you're trading. All right? So advantages of that, no, you can go long and short with CFDs. So kahit pabagsak yan, pwede ka rin kumita. May leverage yan. Mas mababa kasi hindi siya exchange traded, no, yung cost niyan. It's faster when you execute it. Lower contract sizes are available. And well, again, walang physical delivery, no. So syempre, wala voting rights. So if you're trying to do aggressive takeovers sa company, you can't do it through CFDs, no. It's non-transferable. And kung di ka marunong kumalma sa trading, baka ma-overtrade ka kasi may leverage eh, no? Plus it has swaps. Okay? Yung swaps mo maliit lang yan, no? It's negligible. And remember, kapag nagte-trade ka ng CFDs na stocks, meron ding dividendo yan ha. May dividends ka na din nakukuha. All right? So that's your stock CFDs. Wait lang, check ko lang kung may mga questions tayo. Okay. Pwede ba humingi ng balato dyan sa American Airlines? Hindi ko pa sinasara dun sa isang account. Okay. All right. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it, no? Kumbaga, na-cover na natin lahat. I know that it was a very heavy session for us, no? We already ran for almost 2 hours. And I hope that was worth it, no? For everyone who was here. And sana may natutunan naman po tayo. And remember, you do have your recording sa YouTube. So I'm gonna send you the link later. And so balikan na lang natin. And I'm also gonna send you the homework. Please gawin yung homework para hindi tayo matagal sa Wednesday session natin. So I'll give you guys an update kung ano yung mga next session natin. But then again, it's 7 p.m. ng Wednesday. So I'll see you guys there, ha? Mare-receive ba namin yung homework? Yeah, it's actually just a couple of links. Ipakita ko na rin, no, so that you don't need to wait for the email, but I will send it through email as well. Saglit pakita ko lang para pwede nyo na kagad i-search Wait lang. Okay. Alright, ito, search nyo lang Punta lang kayo YouTube, hanapin nyo lang yung PAFTI. Okay, tapos punta lang kayo. Actually, search nyo lang paano gamitin yung MetaTrader platform sa PAFTI, andyan na yun, no? Or you can simply visit the YouTube channel. Andito naman yun sa pangalawang area, how to start forex trading in Tagalog. Andito, paano gamitin yung MT4 part 1, 2, and 3. Okay, part 1, 2, and 3 Yan yung kailangan nyo aralin. Kung kaya nyo pa, push nyo na rin dito sa part 1, 2, and 3 ng paano basahin yung charts. Okay, pero ito yung importante. Okay. Alright, search nyo lang, andyan naman yan. Don't forget to like and subscribe, no? Tapos huwag niyo kalimutan, meron tayo, ito yung natin, yung live stream natin dito sa channel na to. Okay? That's where we actually had this stream natin. Okay? Disconnected yung stream? Oh shit. Eh, doon ko pa naman na-record. Hindi, okay naman. Doon naman. Okay. Alright. Eh, sorry, may mga questions pala dito sa sa YouTube kanina, no? Sagutin ko lang mabilis, ha. Yung XM account po is micro actual account, yung balance niya, pero lot sizing niya adjusted 0.01. Okay, tama po, tama naman po. Ah, okay, hindi na ba affiliated ang Pafti sa Light? Hindi na po. Okay. Vlogger. Oh, yan ang buhay natin ngayon. Okay, so anyway, thank you everyone. Maraming salamat and I will see you guys on Wednesday, no? All right, bye-bye guys. Thank you, thank you. Good night. Happy weekend.